Welcome back to Last Night Productions, everybody. I'm your host, Carlos. With me today, I have the very handsome man, Ozzy, over here.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing tonight?
Last weekend, we went to the Sacramento Horror Film Festival. Hey, Samantha. For 2024. They do these, I think this is the 17th annual one. This is our second short horror film festival.
Yeah.
And they did a program of 30 short horror films from all over the world. There was some Spanish ones, some Japanese submissions, Canadian submissions, all over the world. And it was interesting. They all seemed like funded by like colleges. Some seemed like individually funded.
Yep.
But there's a wide variety of short films. There's, some zombie ones, some possession films, witchcraft films, a great selection of different short horror films. But we know you guys don't have 9 hours to sit in a movie theater and watch 30 short horror films. So that's why we're here today. We are going to do our top 3 from the Sacramento Horror Film Festival. And let us start off with our first film called Greed and Gore.
5 suspects dressed in blue coveralls, wanted for armed robbery and a possible 207.
It's an abandoned house. You guys hang tight. I'll be back before you know it. What happened here? Boo.
Yes, Greed and Gore, everybody. This one is about 5 bank robbers who just had a successful heist, and now they need to go hold out in what do you call that? A safe house. And they have to wait for not only the storm of the police to blow over, but a literal storm to blow over as well.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of clever. So they're all held up in this safe house together, when suddenly one by one they start to get picked off, and they don't know if it's one of their own amongst them trying to get a bigger piece of the pie before everybody goes home, or if it's a mysterious killer. We don't know. But yeah, what'd you think about this one, Ozzy?
I really liked it. It was definitely on my top 3. This one really stood out to me because just the visuals, the action, the gore, even just the suspense of it is like, who was that person,
Yeah.
Certain scene that stood out to me was I think we were talking about it earlier, the shotgun scene.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yes. There were some amazing special effects.
Yeah, that was really cool. Like, I think it was my first time ever seeing like just the pellets, from like the spray of like just getting shot with a shotgun slug. And I've never really seen that in a horror film before, and kind of gave me trypophobia too at the same time. I'm like, oh man, that's a double. It's a double whammy for me.
Yeah, there's some great kills. Yeah, that shotgun one, she of course sprays him in the face first, and we see that. But then she goes and finishes him off with the big old headshot. The whole head goes flying.
Just a whole spray on the floor.
It's an interesting concept. Usually it's, like a damsel in distress or kids camping or something. But this one is 5 robbers, and they're all heavily armed. They got the shotguns. They got the machine guns.
Mm-hmm.
What could go wrong?
Right.
A lot, I guess. They start to not trust each other and start shooting each other.
Yeah, it's like, didn't they just rob a bank together? Like, how did they just think, oh, it's you, even though we just stole money? Like, hey, I don't trust you all of a sudden,
Probably one of the best kills too in this film is an axe straight through the head.
Oh yeah, that definitely stood out to me. Just seeing that CGI of just the tongue, seeing like the inside of the whole face, and just kind of slide down. Yeah,
horrible.
Yeah, that was great. That one was awesome.
Yeah, that one is an excellent film. And that one, once again, is directed by Adam Kirky. I think you said that's a Canadian filmmaker.
Yeah, he's Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah, very good film. Greed and Gore. Everybody check it out. But now, our next film, number 2, The Weaver.
Jeg hekla i mange år, jeg vet det, før i tiden. Det ligger i blodet mitt.
Kult. Hva liker du best å hekle?
Wow.
That's like the only clip I could find online.
Right off the bat, just 2 seconds in. So the first thing you see, like, man, that was what a trailer, huh?
Yeah, that one's directed by Oyvind Wilhelmsen. I think it's a Scandinavian, Norwegian, something like
I
that.
think it's Norwegian.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fantastic.
That one was sorry for
That one stood out.
yeah, that one
I
stood
think
out to me.
immediately we both went, "Whoa, the
Yeah.
Weaver, okay."
Yeah, I think we looked at each other and we're just like, what do we just watch?
Yeah.
Like that one was more on the category of like a uncomfortable type of horror
Mhm.
where like you just couldn't bear watching like what's going on in the film, you know, you're just like, man, this is really happening right now.
Well, yeah, because it's I think it's like a male nurse. He shows up to an old, rickety, almost like a Texas Chainsaw looking house.
Yeah, I definitely felt that. Definitely felt that homage to Texas Chainsaw for sure.
Yeah, he knocks on the door. He says, "Hey, ma'am, I'm just around the neighborhood, seeing if anybody needs help. You're elderly. Can I help you out around the house or
Mhm.
do any chores for you?" So she invites him in. Come on in for something to eat, some tea. And yeah, she's just a creepy old lady.
Yeah.
She reminded me a lot of the cook from Texas Chainsaw. It
Yeah.
felt very heavily influenced by. Oh yeah, I got the T-shirt. Texas Chainsaw
Yeah,
Massacre.
heck yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot like the cook, where it's like the deceiving old person
Mhm.
invites you in, and then next thing you know, they got you. They've been weaving a trap this whole time. But the coolest part was the transformation.
Yes, that transformation. Oh, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
That one was man, something about that. Just seeing just her transformation from like tearing your own skin apart to turning into some pale white arachnid monster. I
Yeah.
was like, what is going on right now? This is amazing.
It had really good effects too, just of like all the little spider limbs coming out.
Yeah, seeing them. I'm a sucker for like, you know, special effects and stuff like that too. So I
Yeah.
just loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. It was shot well. That trailer is a little deceiving because there's no subtitles, but you know, you can actually follow it once you get the subtitles on there.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with these first two that we've shown, I was surprised, is we couldn't find like the full length films to link them to you guys. Unfortunately, I was looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So I did link below like their Facebook page. You can follow them and see when they're coming out. It looks like they're kind of just slowly releasing them to different film festivals, like the Sacramento Horror Film Festival. I saw like a Texas Horror Film Festival.
Yeah, definitely makes you want to go to the festival itself to just to check them out. You know, at like, you know, 30 films, you'll definitely enjoy every single one of them. Plus it's just it's fun. It's really cool just seeing all and you know with a group of people at a theater, seeing everybody's reaction, like, oh, you know, people screaming and just like, oh my god, you know.
It's a lot of fun too. The more you watch them, you can kind of get like patterns, like how horror films work. Like you
Yeah.
got to set it up first, give maybe a little bit of backstory, hit them with the nice punch, and then you know, kind of get out of there. But
Right.
there's like a
Right.
formula that you can sense after watching so many of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Agreed on that.
a lot of fun. But yes, The Weaver, that one is an excellent one. Follow them. I think I linked their IMDb page below.
Yeah, check them out, guys. Check them
Yeah.
out.
But now for our top film, it's called Fies.
¿A qué altura está?
Estoy a punto de llegar a los ventrículos cerebrales.
¿Y aquí aún seguirán con vida?
Creo que sí.
¿Crees?
Está todo calculado. He construido la espiral de tal forma que sortee los órganos vitales y produzca el máximo dolor sin arrebatar la vida.
Yes, Fies.
Ooh, man.
Which I might not be pronouncing that correctly. Fies.
Passe face. I feel like passe is like a safe route for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just sticking with passe. I don't know why.
Yeah, this one is really good though. This one was probably, we both agreed, we're like, this is the best one out of all of them. Number one, no question.
Yeah, that one gets the World Heavyweight Championship for horror right there.
Yeah. It was directed by Raul Cerezo and Carlos Moriana. It's a period piece set in the late 1600s during the Inquisition in Spain. And you saw there I guess he's like a blacksmith or something. He's creating a torture device, a type of chair for the Inquisitor. and the Inquisitor wants to be able to, torture witches or whoever is not following, I think, Christianity at the time is what they were inquisiting.
Yeah, I think the torture machine was even called Fasei too, because I remember the Inquisitor was asking about, hey, have you created that the visage yet?
Visage, that's the word they
Yeah,
kept saying.
yeah,
Visage,
yeah.
which I had to look up. I think it means facial expressions or face, which is kind of weird.
Right, right.
But it eventually makes sense at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this one has great setup, good world building. It sets you right in that time, and it looks like it's shot almost like in an old, um, like town or village from the 1600s. It's really cool.
Yeah, they chose a really good place to film this because it really felt like it was that, year, the
Yeah,
1600s. I was
yeah.
like, whoa, this is like, how did they find that spot in this, this age? I wonder what year like it was filmed too. Like, whoa, they found a really good spot.
Good clothing and makeup too.
Yeah, they did
Really immersed you in there.
really good job on that. Just seeing just the visuals, like just the robes and like the three witches, how they had like the same like attire and like the face, how they all had like that. I don't know, you could tell they were like at their end,
Yeah.
like they out there with like all the blood, like they were just beaten up, like they didn't look human anymore.
Yeah. And this torture device that he's created, like I said, it's a chair, but you turn a little screw on the side and a little drill comes up the center of it. It's just like,
Ooh.
what a torture device.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the what's the one where they stretch you? They stretch you on the big old table.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that one?
Right.
Now I'm back.
The Inquisitor was like, no, I want brutal.
Yeah.
I want more.
Yeah, I think in that clip he said that he wants them to be able to last long or something, be in the most pain and stay alive the longest.
Yeah, I think he wanted to see like the true face, or the
The
face of
visage.
yeah,
The true face, the true visage.
the true visage.
And it comes to like a boiling point right at the climax, and our blacksmith, he's trying to find his daughter, but it turns out the chair might be used for somebody else that he didn't intend to be used on.
Yep.
And the acting that you get out of it is insane. The Inquisitor is going crazy, he's screaming all over the place, the dad's in distress, and there's amazing cuts in between. This is I think it's like 15 minutes long, and I linked it down below. The full thing is on YouTube. You guys got to check this one out.
Watch that. Definitely watch that.
Amazing. We don't want to spoil the end too bad.
No, not at all. You definitely have to watch it, you guys. Something about this film, it just stood out to me, especially with foreign films too. I don't know, like just they have their own like twist with horror, like either it's like more emotions or more just like suspense, or more just like just upfront type of horror. That's why I can really appreciate foreign films for that. So especially with this one with Fassi or Fasces.
Fasces.
I feel like right, yeah, Fasces. Something about that one just really stood out to me. I'm just like, man, this was just the type of horror that just made me want to appreciate horror films even more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely stood out for me.
Yeah. And that's our top 3, everybody. Check out Fasces, check out Greed and Gore, check out The Weaver when those other 2 become available. Fasces is down below right now, the full thing.
Yeah, check it out, you guys.
But we also got to talk about some honorable mentions. Ozzy, did you have some?
Yes, I do. Starting off here, I have a little list, you guys. Starting off. So I went with horror films that like was more unique. So they had their own twist to it. Starting off with Bookworm.
That one almost cracked the top 3 for me.
Really? Yeah.
It's another Spanish film, another foreign film.
Another foreign film. Starts off with a girl working at a bookstore or a library.
Library, I think. Yeah.
I think it was a library, yeah. And every time she would walk down this hallway trying to see like a person reading a book, the book would just disappear and the person will disappear too. Something about that, I can't even explain what type of horror that was, but
it almost wasn't. It was almost a love story.
Right.
Because it's a young kind of ghost, a young man ghost, and she's the library's assistant who's new there, and who's that reading books?
Right.
Go check out that guy. And her the older lady who is teaching her how to be a librarian, the actual librarian,
Right.
she's like, "Oh, that ghost, you saw him too? Okay, yeah, we've seen him for years now, for many generations. He's always been here.
Yeah, just casually, like, it's just another person, another
Yeah.
person reading a book,
Good luck, we tried."
Right.
And then it takes the craziest turn at the end.
Yeah, that
It's crazy.
I'm still not in terms with that ending. Like, man, it blew me away. I was like, whoa, what, that just happened?
Very much like a love story, and then all of a sudden just almost horrific for the final scene. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, Bookworm. That was definitely on the cusp for like top 3 for me. I just
Mhm.
that one was a tough one for me. If we had a top 4, that one would definitely be there.
Yeah, definitely. Bookworm, everybody.
Yeah,
That's a great
Bookworm.
one.
Watch that one, you guys. Another honorable mention for me was I believe it was yes, Mermaid.
Dude. You know, I think that we both agreed that one had a very straightforward message.
Yes.
You definitely understand the message. It's about a girl who's not happy with the way she looks, so she goes to a plastic surgeon and she
Mhm.
wants to change and look just like all the Instagram models look and all that stuff. But the title, it's called Mermaid,
Yeah.
and of course the plastic surgeon who's going to make her into a star wants something in exchange. So just like Ursula from The Little Mermaid, she needs to steal your voice.
Yeah, definitely a cool horror twist to Mermaid, Um,
It was more body horror,
yes,
this
definitely.
film.
I think that's the reason why it stood out to me, because we're so used to like the zombie horror, more just like a jump scare, ghost, or like just slasher. But this one was more on a current event type of horror,
Mhm.
like with social media and how people feel insecure about it, and just seeing like the horrors of like people not feeling comfortable within their own skin, and it was a really, really cool way to include Mermaid in that, to
Yeah,
create this film. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Everybody's trying to change themselves, and they end up looking like something out of the original Spy Kids movie, and their faces are all contorted
Right. Just,
and yeah, that's a great one, Mermaid.
yeah.
And I think that one's credited. There's the whole list of the 30 films below on the Sac Horror channel. I think that one says that it's a sneak peek film, so you might not be able to find that one.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like Ozzy said, that's a perk of going to these festivals. You can see the stuff that's not even released yet.
Yeah.
I did have one other, just like one that we didn't make the list quite. It's called Dig, D-I-G.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, something that kind of stands out, and something that I always bring up is I want something more modern and involving like cell phone, social media, a lot like Mermaid.
Mhm.
This one involves social media again, where there's two people beefing online, and one of them actually ends up committing suicide. So the other guy, he gets a hold of this video game and says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play this video game that when you play it, apparently it might kill you. Like
Yeah.
if you die in the game, you die in real life."
Right. What a twist. What a twist. I
Wait.
didn't expect that.
Where have we heard that before? Is that Matrix? Maybe I'm thinking
I think so.
Matrix. If you die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
Right.
It's a concept that's been done before, but I was surprised for a short film, the video game graphics that they put in this short film called Dig. It looked really good. It looked like an actual video game. And I don't know, it's just interesting. I just like that one.
Yeah, I really liked it too, especially just seeing like how they even made like a video game just for this film too, like that's pretty
That's some
creative.
effort.
Yeah, that's that's definitely some effort.
It might not be like a playable video game, but like to digitally render all that stuff.
Yeah, that definitely
Really
took some
fun.
time. Definitely took some time. So props to them. That one was really cool. I really appreciated that film for just, like I said, it's something different. Something different in horror. And
Yeah.
I could totally appreciate, a new style of horror myself.
Yeah. Well, that about does it for the Sac Horror Film Festival 2024. Maybe we'll try to go again next year, 2025.
Yes.
Maybe we'll make a short film. Maybe we'll submit it. I don't know. But yeah, shouts out to all the directors, to Sac Horror Film Events. Thank you guys for putting that show on. Thank you, Ozzy, for being on the pod and
Thank
reviewing
you.
it.
Thank you
with me.
for inviting me here. Glad to be here.
Actually, you just released your new channel, right?
Yes, I did. We are called Pack Pinchers.
Yeah.
So my YouTube channel is based off Pokemon TCG. This is something that me, my brothers, and my nephew have created. We started off, Pokemon was in our lives the whole time. Like I literally have a Pokemon tattoo. I don't know if you could see it, but I have a Pokemon right here.
What do you got? Blastoise? What do you got?
I got a little Jolteon right there,
cool.
a little evolution,
Nice.
And I also have another Houndoom tattoo,
Oh, sick.
Yeah, so Pokemon has always been in my life, and then we decided, hey, let's create a channel, like why not? Why not? So yeah, check us out, Pack Pinchers. We're opening packs, we're going to locals, we're doing deck profiles, all that good stuff. So yeah, check us out, you guys.
Yeah, I linked it below. The first episode is out today. I watched it. It's great.
Heck yeah.
Especially if you're into like opening packs. Sometimes I'll watch like Magic ones or Yu-Gi-Oh ones, and you can get sucked in those, dude. It's fun.
It's a rush. It's a rush for sure, because we never know, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Ozzy, once again.
Thank you.
And we will be back tomorrow, actually. The full squad is going to be here finally for a review of Crash.
Ooh.
I think it's 1996 Crash by Cronenberg.
Okay.
Yeah. So look for a review then, everybody. Peace.
See ya.
Have you ever heard of Crash?